Hello, Courtney. I have come in just a minute or two early just to make sure that everything is working. Um, I know sometimes I have kind of some troubles with the live streaming. So I just wanted to definitely. Do you guys see? I have a sidekick today. Let me turn you. Or hold on. Once we get going, I'll turn you guys so you guys can see this guy. He decided that he wanted to be in the bedroom with me today while I craft. so he is laying here. He's the one that just got bit by the snake a couple of weeks ago. That is twice now that he has been bitten by a rattlesnake. He has recovered clearly both times, but I think it kicked his butt, to be honest with you. He doesn't really have any desire to stay outside anymore, which, you know what? I'm not going to complain because of the fact that he it's hot. Like today, it was 110 degrees outside. When I just walked by to come into here and I looked at the little device that we have sitting out there, it said it was 109 degrees. I looked at my son and I was like, "Ugh, yeah, no, going outside is no bueno." But I have to go outside throughout the day and make sure I spray off our animals that are out there, especially the chickens. They don't do very well with the heat. So, um, hello, Linda. So yeah, that's just kind of that. But he has decided that he is definitely going to stay more indoors. And now every time we take him out, we do have to be very cautious. We actually walk out before we take him out into his yard. We walk out and we check his whole area before I will let him out. And he's such a well-trained dog, I swear. He is an amazing guy. Besides the fact until he finds a scent or gets himself like focused on either, a rabbit or something like that, then he's kind of a crazy guy. But other than that, we make him wait at the top of our staircase. And we go down and we walk around this whole backyard back here, and then I walk back around the corner and he's still sitting up there on those top stairs. And then I'll break. Break is his word. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about you, huh, buddy? He's like, why did you say that? And he also knows that that is his word for like when it's time to eat. If I'm dishing food out into his bowl, he has to wait. He's not allowed to be all up in the business and slapping food everywhere when I'm putting in his bowl. He knows that that's his word, and then he can come and eat. So he waits at the top of the stairs for me to say his magic word, and then he runs out, does his business, and then runs back in, especially when it's super hot like this. Yes, I did hear, Frida, you guys have been getting hit with a wonderful little heat wave up there too. Fortunately for us down here, most of all of the homes come with air conditioning because it's very, well known that Tucson, Arizona is a very, very warm place. But when you have places like where you live that not too many homes come with AC, that's when everybody's like bombarding the big, oh, perfect. Glad you do have ACC. You're on top of it, girl. Um, a lot of people are like bombarding those big warehouse stores and stuff trying to buy the window units to get put in their windows when it's super hot like that, especially when you're just not used to it. How's the humidity up there though, Frida? Are you dealing with the humidity or is it kind of a dry heat right now because it is summertime? I have been hearing, well, I follow a bunch of our RV groups, and the weather that they've been having, like up in the Midwest, where they've had crazy tornadoes happening. I actually just read this thing that there was a couple and they were staying at a campground and 80-mile-an-hour winds went in there and knocked a bunch of the trailers over. It just like blew them over on their sides. Um, I think one person got trapped in his and he had passed away, and then a couple of other people had to be taken to the hospital. But it's just like that is such a scary thing because I mean, those things they're not very heavy. And, well, I mean, they are heavy, but when a wind blows like that, it's kind of like when you're driving and you see those big, huge semi trucks with the big trailers on the back. My friend was actually just telling me that winds were coming through. I think they were coming through like Sacramento or something, and a big, huge wind gust had come through, and there was a tractor trailer in front of her, and it had blown it, and it was actually sitting on two wheel, like on the one side's wheels on the right hand side, and it was just tilted. And then the guy was like trying to maneuver the wheels, the front wheels, to try to flip it back to get it back on all 18 wheels. So I was just like, oh my word, that's crazy. I don't want to be stuck in that kind of stuff. So, all right, you guys, welcome. I am Danny Garola, the Pink Barn Stamper. Welcome to my Monday, Make It Monday, live here on YouTube. I so appreciate you guys coming in here and watching my videos. If you are new to me, or even if you're not, please subscribe to my channel if you love watching everything paper crafting. Also hit that like and share button for me. When you do so, please go into the comments and let me know that you have liked and shared my video. That will enter you into my weekly giveaways. So that being said, how are all of you guys doing? How was your weekend? It was a pretty boring weekend around here, I must say. We didn't do much for the 4th of July due to the very dry, hot weather here. We were not going to do fireworks this year. It just because it kind of, we weren't really in the headset for fireworks. The nice thing is we live up on the top of the hill. We could look down at the city below us, and we can see the fireworks going off there. Now, we do have a casino that's about maybe about 15, 20 miles in from us, but we can see it from here. And so on the 3rd of July, they have their yearly anniversary. And they always have this big, huge firework extravaganza. So we stood out on our patio and we watched the fireworks actually on the 3rd of July. So we were kind of a day early with that. So thank you, Linda, for sharing. Linda, you are in Wisconsin. How is the weather going there? Yes, the Santa Ana winds can be very nasty. Absolutely, yes. Those get pretty crazy and it knocks those trucks right off that highway. And place I don't want to be when it's like that. But those wind gusts can come through and it's not even something that you can be expecting. It just happens. So we know when we plan on taking our northwest trip in the RV, we're going to go actually straight up through Arizona. We're going to cut over up towards like Reno, Nevada, and then hit the northern part of California and then go straight up through, I think it's like Shasta and that kind of stuff, and then going up into Oregon through that way. So we're not, number one, I don't want to go across the grapevine. And that would kind of take us way out of our way over to Southern California, and then we would have to head up from there. And it gets really, really hot through there. So no bueno. We'll just go straight up. And I know Nevada gets really hot too, don't get me wrong. But from what I've been reading in a lot of our groups, it sounds like it's just a much nicer drive. You're not dealing with the I-5 highway. From what I'm reading, if you drive I-5 all the way up through California, all the way up into Oregon, that from what I'm reading now, I don't know, I have not done it in many, many years, and definitely it wasn't in an RV, but they say that the road is so bumpy and so like deteriorated that you feel like it's going to actually like tear your RVs apart because it's bumping everything around so much. Hello, Carol from South Carolina, and it is 93 degrees, but very humid. Yeah, see, that humidity is what just kills me. I don't like the humidity. That's, hence kind of one of the reasons why we moved here to Tucson. We have pretty dry heat here. Well, really dry heat here until, we get in the monsoon season. Now, not last week, but the week before when we were gone on vacation, it rained quite a few days down here. Well, of course it did because we left the area and then it rained. And then, so since we've been back, we haven't had any rain. They are saying that later this week and into next week, we should start getting more into our monsoon season. I'm not sure exactly when. I think it's July something that we are in our official monsoon season. But, you know, we get our downpours here and there once this heat starts kicking up, because that's what activates the monsoons. Hello, Linda. You got some much needed rain there in Georgia. Well, you can tell that wind, all those storms that are happening, to just blow us some of that rain. I'm sure us over here on the West Coast would love to have some of that. But it is coming. I do know that. But it just helps so much when the rains come in. It really helps cool everything off. My plants, that is the craziest thing to watch. Everything will be kind of wilted, and I go out and I water, you know, almost every day, sometimes every other day, just depending on, you know, what I've got going on in life. But with the watering, it's just not the same thing. Once we have a monsoon come through and it does bring that humidity, my plants almost like become alive. It's really kind of wild when you see the garden kind of wilting and withering, and you're like, "Oh no, please don't die." You're like trying everything in your power, you're fertilizing, you're doing everything, adding extra water to it to keep all those fruits and vegetables alive. And then all it takes is a, you know, natural rain and that humidity to really make life and everything up. And it's just kind of a cool thing to watch. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to show you this guy because I said I was going to. So look at him. What a lazy bum. Oh, and look, the sun is beaming. This is what he does. He lays directly in the sun. If he can find any window that is open around, hey, hey, you. But it's going to be really funny because you guys are going to hear him start snoring. He snores so loud. And I have to tell you guys something. I actually just woke my husband up and made him go into my daughter's room because he actually was laying here snoring. He has to get up at 2 o'clock every morning to go to work. So I came over and he was really, really tired today. So he must have had a pretty hard day at work. And so he came home and he took a nap, and I told him, I really hate to wake you up, but I'm going to go live here, and I'm pretty sure not everybody's going to want to hear you snoring. I know I don't. I have to hear it every night. I don't want to hear it during a video. And so, of course, this big one jumps up here, starts snoring. I was like, really? I just got rid of one of you of snoring. Now I'll get another one? But, oh well. We'll make it work. It's a little bit more acceptable from the dog because all I have to do is say his name and he'll stop snoring. I don't want to keep waking my husband up because he's like, nobody will see me. Nobody will even know that I'm here. I'm like, I will know that you're here and I will hear you snoring, and that's embarrassing. So I made him move. But this guy, I think he just wanted to be in here. He's kind of a crazy dog, to be honest with you. He's very clingy, and he's very clingy to me. I don't know what it is, but whenever I come into my room and start like making cards and start paper crafting, he's got to be laying either right here on the bed or he's got to be on the floor next to me. When at night, when we sleep, he's either got to be on my side of the bed, but normally at night he gets too hot, so he sleeps on my side of the floor. He just has to be close to me. It's kind of crazy. Okay, enough about all of that. Let's get into the real reason why you guys are here. We're going to get into some card making. I am using a really, really fun set today. I am using this is the Labeled with Love, and I know it's backwards for you guys, so when I flip you guys around, I'll show it to you again. This is a really cool set because you can pick in the new catalog whether or not you want to use or purchase this in a bundle with the punch, or you can actually purchase it with the dies. Now, with the punch, you're going to be able to punch one of these little shapes, this little label shape, one at a time, but it's much faster. I will let you guys know that. Or you'll be able to punch die cut 3 of the dies at one time. So I love that Stampin' Up! Has given you guys more options, whether you like punches, which are kind of a lot of us like this as a quick go-to, versus especially if we're going to make a class out of this, or we're going to be punching a ton of these for something. we don't want to have to keep running them multiple times through a die cutting machine. But I like the fact that they did give you 3 of them. So you can run all 3 through your die cutting machine at one time versus doing the punch one time. So you have options. Woohoo! We all like having options. Okay, I'm gonna leave this down here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys flipped around. We've got just a few things to talk about today. I have cats like that. One will sleep at my feet. Yeah, see, and the crazy thing is he, thank you, Linda, for liking and sharing. He used to be completely fine with cats. Once we moved up here, and we used to have a little chihuahua, well, a chiweenie. She actually got bit last year by a rattlesnake and it wound up taking her life. And he got the second blow from that same rattlesnake. And I think that's why he came out of it so much better than she did. Well, and because the fact that she's a quarter of his size or an eighth of his size probably was the reason why she didn't make it either. That venom just went through her a lot faster than it did him. But regardless, he used to be great with our other, dogs. He's always been around another dog just since we've lost the Chiweenie that we had. Has he been a single dog? His whole life, we've always had other dogs. And so we've always had cats. We had 3 cats. And all of a sudden, he hates cats now. When we moved up here, we wound up having the coyotes or something get our last cat that we had moved with. And then my son got his cat that he picked up at the shelter. And it's his tripod cat. He only has 3 legs. We picked him up at the shelter like that. And my son's always that kind of guy that when he finds an animal, he always has to have an animal that has some kind of disability. It's just his jam. And so he's a great cat. He really is. But the sad thing is he can't come out here and be with the rest of us. So periodically we go in throughout the day and we go and we pet him and, we let him know that he's still part of the family. But we don't want this guy hurting him. So he has to stay safe. So it's just kind of weird how, animals, their lives, like things happen in their lives that make them change and things trigger differently in their heads, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get you guys flipped around here. So hold tight. Whew, I am having a hot flash. My goodness gracious. Yikes. I think that looks pretty straight, we will hope. Oops, hold on a second. I got my camera twisted here. Hold on. Don't get sick. Don't open your eyes yet if you have to close your eyes. Okay, I think that's good. I think we can see everything that we need to see. Yeah, let's see. Let's move this way just a hair. Okay, I think that's good. We can see everything. All right, so let me get down to a little bit of business here. So our July paper pumpkin is going to come to an end to be subscribed to July 10th. So you've got 2 days to get yourself subscribed if you're not already a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin to grab this kit. Now this is called the Painted Petals kit. It feels like this is going to be a very, very popular kit. Just because I've seen a lot of people really getting into this quarter. Now, maybe it's just because this will be a new quarter of our Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. This one is going to craft beautiful cards with unique watercolor designs and pretty layers. It says it's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Project includes printed cards and coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces and embellishments. And then it comes with a really pretty coordinating box. So if you like to give gifts or stack cards, you could even make the cards out of this. And if somebody isn't really into card making, but they still like to give cards as gifts, then you can always pre-make the cards, put them in this cute little box, throw a little bow on the top of it, and then they can gift those cards out of their gift of cards. So this is a really cool box. I really like this. I like when they do that and make the box coordinate with it, because then you have, again, options. And so the other thing, I did just place an order for the Every Celebrations die add-on, so I could show these when we make these kits. So every last Thursday of every month, I go live and I do my alternatives for my paper pumpkin kits. I just did my live on Friday because we were on vacation the last Thursday of June. So I had let you guys know that I wasn't going to do it on 4th of July because a lot of people were busy. So I went ahead and changed it to do it on Friday the 5th of July. So you guys can go and watch the replay of that. It is downloaded here on YouTube, or you could go watch it over on Facebook. So just to let you know that you will be able to subscribe to this one, or this one is ending on July 10th. So you've still got 2 days to go ahead and get yourself that kit. Do remember, right now we are in bonus days. So if you don't want to have that month-to-month subscription, there is the option inside of my online store. If you go to shopdannygarola.com, we do have the prepaid subscription codes that you can get, and then you can use those over on Paper Pumpkin. Those come in 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, or 12 months. So if you are trying to get yourself some of those bonus day codes that you can use in the month of August, it is a great time to buy your prepaid subscriptions for Paper Pumpkin. So the way bonus days works is, number one, you're going to earn those with every $50 spent. You are going to earn a $5 coupon code through July 3rd through July 31st. So there's no limit to how many coupons that you can earn. Just make sure that you use a valid email address when you're completing your purchase. Number two, you're going to save. After placing your order, the coupon code or codes, depending on how many increments of $50 that you spend. Now that is before taxes and shipping. So that is actually on product. So every $50 that you spend, you're going to get a I don't remember how many digit code it is, but you're going to get a code for each $50 that you've spent. Those codes, you're going to want to save them. So it says save those emails, write them down, take a picture of them so you do not misplace those. You're going to want to save those because then you can start using them on August 1st. Then redeem them. You can redeem your codes between August 1st and through the 31st of August using as many codes as you want during checkout. Now remember, to separate each code by a space when you go to add those to your orders in August. And make sure that you use them before the month is over, because you obviously earned them. You're going to definitely want to use them because that's how that works. Who doesn't want to save their money, right? And we all kind of like coupons, so that works as well. Also, mystery stamping. I will be putting, later tonight when we are done here, I will be making the graphic for the mystery stamping. Now, mystery stamping is done over on my private group, which is Pink Barn Stampers group over on Facebook. I do that for my Facebook group. We actually sit down, we make a card together. That card class will actually take place live on my Facebook group on July 17th. Then I will give you guys a full week to make the card that I have shown you the layout for, or the technique, depending on what it is that I'm going to share with you guys. And then you guys will have until the 24th to get yours submitted for being entered into the drawing for a great little giveaway. Also, just know that on the 10th, I will be putting out, this Wednesday coming up, I will be putting out the supply list of what you're going to need for our mystery stamping. So if you're not a part of the Pink Barn Stampers group, please go over there. I have a couple of questions for you to answer there. Also, you need to make sure, one of my big things is you need to make sure that you have a picture for your profile. When you sign up for Facebook, it gives you a generic little like silhouette profile picture. You need to change that to something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a picture of yourself. You can put a picture of flowers or your garden or your dogs or your cats. Whatever you put in there, just it cannot be the generic one. It has to be a real photo. Just because that's how it helps me filter to make sure that we're not getting, you know, the wrong kind of people in there. And trust me, that's not exactly that's going to be foolproof, but I try my best. Okay, the Glass Mat Studio. As you guys can see, that's what I am using right here, and I use it pretty much in every one of my videos. Here is the little silicone mat that goes with it, and then it also comes with a chamois that helps with cleaning your stamps, or if you get ink on your if you get any kind of ink on your mat, you can come in here with your cloth and you can just wipe it off very easily. This thing will dry out, so you have to keep it moist when you're going to be using it. This little thing is wonderful. It also holds if you have the Stampin' spots that come in those paper pumpkins, or they also come inside of our kits. This light is going to drive me bonkers. I'm trying not to get the glare right here, but unfortunately, I think it's going to have to just happen. But the little Stampin' spots fit in these perfectly. So when you just pull the lids off, they will stay in place. I wish I had one sitting. Oh, hold on a minute. I do, because I have my paper pumpkin kit sitting right here. Oh, I just almost took my knees out. So these little spots fit right inside of here. We also sell these spots that have no ink to them. Then you can add, if you want to just buy re-inkers to have these little stamp pads. These are perfect for traveling, but these sit right in there. They won't fall out. Then you can just take the lid off. They have 4 little compartments for that. Also, if you wanted to do some of your watercoloring on some paper, look, I have a scrap sitting right here. You could take some of that ink, put it in here. You can put a re-inker, use your water brush, and then you can paint on your pieces. So just to show you that this is a wonderful, wonderful tool to have in your craft room. But those are available to customers. They were so popular that they actually brought them back for you guys to purchase now. Online exclusives. Oh my gosh, you guys, have you had a chance to go check out the online exclusives? So when you go to shopdannygarola.com, on the side, there is going to be a little menu. If you scroll down to that and you're going to say shop all products, it's going to take you to this list of what kind of products you want to shop. Do you want to shop inks? Do you want to shop paper? There's actually an online exclusives a little button there. You're going to click that and it's going to take you to all the online exclusives. We have so many awesome new online exclusives. Now, these are wonderful, especially if you want to get a jump start on your holiday card making. Now, I have shown some of the cards that I had created with some of the sets that I got, but I went ahead and got this one here. This is called the Iconic Celebrations. This has some wonderful stamps in it that go for all different kinds of holidays. So you've got some fall, some Christmas, some wintry ones, birthday, Valentine's Day. You've got the celebrations for wedding or anniversary. They work. And then if you do the bundle, you can get the die set that has these really cool labels in it and some coordinating dies that match those stamps. Now, if you want to just do the whole thing and go big, you can do the whole suite collection that is the Iconic Celebrations Suite Collection. That is going to come with your iconic imagery. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to not try to say that word. I know how it's there, but it just won't come out of my mouth. Imagery. There you go. All right, it's going to come with that bundle. It's going to come with the pecan and clear ribboned adhesive back dots and the white frayed grosgrain ribbon, along with this gorgeous paper that has all these different kinds of holidays on it as well. Then this super popular Ah, shoot, I was gonna bring this over. My mom just got it. But the paper is to die for. I actually just ordered more of the paper because it is so beautiful. Now, this is a specialty designer series paper, so it does have some gold foiling in it. Beautiful, beautiful paper. The graceful greenery vellum is beautiful as well. Now, this is a huge suite set if you want it all. This is going to come with 2 coordinating bundles along with some cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive back berries, the very vanilla satin ribbon, and both of these papers here in the Sweet Collection. The Sweet Collection is called Seasons of Green and Gold Sweet Collection. There's also another stamp set that coordinates with this, but it is purchased separately. It is called the Everyday Greetings. This greeting set right here is going to be all about your Christmas holiday season. This here is going to be an everyday greeting. So birthday, anniversary, congratulations, thinking of you, just those everyday greeting things. So take a look at those. You're gonna love them. There's also quite a few more in there. They put like 20 or 25 new items in there. I've been having fun with. There's one, it's called, let me see if I can grab it really quick here. Oh, here it is right here. The Scenic Pumpkin Patch is so adorable. You can really build off of these different pumpkins. I like that they did the sizes of the pumpkins, that you can kind of make them look like these are more close up. Then you've got the ones in the back, and then the ones in the very back closest to like this little small little house, the little mountains. It's just a really cute scene if you're into that fall look. We also have the changing of leaves, or changing leaves is what this is called. This is a hybrid set. So this is going to have 2 big dies with it. Now this great big one will actually fit right inside of your embossing folder for that hybrid. So if you guys saw it, I did post over this last week, I did post a card on my blog using this. This was also this month's birthday cards. So if you're a part of the Pink Barn Stamper group, you can actually put yourself in. I have in my featured section over on Facebook, there is a when's your birthday. You can add your birthday to the list, and then I will contact you and have you give me your address, and then I put you on my list for birthday cards to go out every month. I do a birthday card kind of list thing for everyone. And so this I used for July's birthday cards, but I also made a really pretty what was it, 4th of July card that I posted over on my blog as well. So these hybrids are really neat because they cut all 3 of those leaves out separately using this, and it adds this really cool texture to those. So it's really kind of fun to do the hybrids. If you've not tried them, I will be doing a class. Oh, and I can't get this back in here. Whatever. Anyways, and then this also has these really neat open leaves that go with it as well. And then the coordinating stamp set here has those 3 leaves as well. So you can stamp them, put them in the embossing folder, and use the die to die cut and to cut them as well. Or emboss, die cut, yeah, do it all. Okay, oh, and then one more. I think I showed this to you guys last week, but this is called the Potions and Spells. This is a new one that's in there too for Halloween. I am a Halloween fan, so I had to definitely get this one. It's got the matching dies here. So just to show you another little one that's there. Okay, let's get on. I definitely wanted to show you guys something that I think you guys might have missed inside of the catalog. So in the catalog, if you come to page number 18 is where it starts. we have this wonderful ephemera packs down here. I actually just went ahead and ordered the Something for Everything ephemera pack. On my next order, I'm going to do the Sayings Something ephemera pack. But I have this one, the Fully Flowering ephemera pack. Now, if you join my team, it is an amazing team, number one, of course. Just kidding. Anyways, if you join my team, then we have a monthly big team meeting that we all get together for. And when you join that team meeting with us, and you can just sit in there and just watch it, you don't have to participate, but you're going to get a ton of knowledge in there. And it's just so nice to meet some wonderful people on the team. But what I was saying is when you go into that team meeting, and just for being in that team meeting live when we're there, you get added to a list of door prizes. So this was actually a door prize that we did last month. This one here is the Fully Flowering ephemera pack. I wanted to show this to you guys because I don't think you really get to see exactly, because these pictures are kind of small. This stamp set is kind of neat to coordinate with these. You also have the 2 cards and envelopes packs to choose from. Oh, my daughter's having a seizure out there. Hopefully my husband gets up. But you've got these different cards that they show you using these. This is the one that I just ordered, but I did want to show you this. But I love that they give you all these different like cards that you can be inspired by to use these little ephemera packs. So this one here, you get 2 of this. I have seen these where people are actually coloring in the black and white one. But then you've got these really neat floral. I love the little strawberries on these little flowers here. See, there's another little black and white one that you could color in. So these are already laser cut for you. 2 sheets of that. This is a gorgeous blue flower right here, and would go really pretty on this card base, or even this one over here, this blue one. Then you've got those 2. Again, that would be pretty on the yellow card bases. And then you've got, look at this big one right here that you could color. Aren't those fun? I don't think, you know, you really get to see the full beauty of these just by using the catalog. So that's why I really wanted to show you these. So just be aware that there are 4 different ephemera packs. Like I said, I just ordered this one. I like the Something for Everything because it's got fishing in there, and I'm going to actually use probably some of those for my scrapbooking, not just for card making. And then the Saying Something has a bunch of words in it. You've got like happy down here. You've got the wishes, hip, hip, hooray, celebrate. So they're already laser cut for you, so you can just add them right to your cards. And it kind of just takes a lot of the guesswork out for you. So I wanted to definitely make sure you looked at those. Now, today we are going to be using Labeled with Love. And this is where I was telling you that you get the 2 options. Now, this is on page 58. You get the 2 options to either get the die set or the punch. Regardless, whatever bundle you get, they're gonna both be the same price. They're right up here labeled underneath on this pink little strip right here. You can pick which one you want, but I just wanted to show you that there are options. I know this was a huge thing this year when they came out with this new catalog. And then don't forget, you always save that 10% when you buy one of those bundled sets there. Okay, so let me get that put away. Let's get to our giveaways for this last week. So last week we did the Charming Duck Pond. Now this is the first card that we made. Very, very sweet with just some of these little reeds up here and that cute little stamped duck. Now this one for commenting on last week's video. So if you're not watching me live, that's okay. You can still come in here and you can comment. You have through next week, next Monday, which is the 15th, to come in here and comment. I will be doing the drawing normally in the afternoon on Monday. So just know that you have the full week. If you catch this at a later time, come in, comment, like, and share this video. But just don't forget to come over and comment and let me know that you've liked and shared it so I can get you added to the giveaway. This beautiful card here is going to go to Miss Peggy Brandon. So Peggy, this is going to be coming your way. The next one we used this little window frame that comes with that charming duck pond. And then we just put a couple of little elements on there. I actually wound up cutting this little circle out twice. I did it once on the peach pie. And then for my main focal point here, we did it in Granny Apple Green. I put the little pond look behind it. And then fussy cut some of those little ducks. Just a very, very cute card. Now you can find all the details over on my blog at pinkbarnstamper.com. You can see all the dimensions, some still photos of this. You can see the replay video of last week's video there. And so this one, for liking last week's video, this is going to go to Miss Bonnie Bletchell. So Bonnie, this card is going to come to you. And there's the inside, just kind of carried over that little paper back there that has the lily pads on it. All right, then the last card, this one here is just very, very cute. It's got a really great little layout on there that can be used with so many different images and stamp sets. But we just put the little duck, we die cut it out. I used my Stampin' blends to go ahead and color in the Pussy Willows on those reeds. So this one here, and I carried those also over into the inside for a cute little happy birthday card. This one is also going to be included with the brushed brass butterflies. Ooh, don't try to say that one 3 times fast. That's a tongue twister. So this one here is going to be going to Becky White. Now, she is going to be getting these butterflies because she shared my video and she was the winner of that giveaway. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for helping me like, comment, and share my video. So let me get those ones put away so I can get those mailed out. All right, let's go ahead and get to our class tonight. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Becky. Hello, Vicky. So this week, our class is the Labeled with Love. If you go to my online store, shopdannygarola.com, and you spend $35 or more, and you must use this host code as long as your order is under $150. If your order is over $150, do not use this host code. You're going to get some rewards from Stampin' Up, and I want you to have those. But when you place an order with me over $35 and use my host code, you are going to get this week's Labeled with Love class kit in the mail. It's going to come to you just like this. It's going to have your little front letter on there just telling you thank you that you have purchased with me. It's going to have your 3 cards in there. They are all going to be individually laid out. You're going to find if we have any kind of pieces that are going to go on the inside of your card, they're going to be on the back side of your card base. So just know that always look back there. You're going to have the inside of your card base towards the flap of the envelope. You're also going to get the PDFs. I print out 3 PDFs for each card that you're going to have in there that you can save. I know a lot of people like to 3-ring punch them, and then they can put them in a binder and they can always come back. Maybe not necessarily to just use this set with, but you can also get really good inspiration because of the layouts that are used as well. So just to let you guys know, that's how that works. If you are wondering how I do my weekly kits. Okay, we are also going to be using, this is the, where's my little pamphlet here? This is called the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. Now just know, in my kits, the way that it is done, you are going to get all the scraps of paper that you're going to need for each card. Now, I will not be die cutting or punching any of your pieces from this because that's what this kit is intended to be used with. So you will have to purchase this to make these cards exactly as I do. But if there is anything extra put in there, like I will go ahead and, no, I probably won't emboss your piece for you because there has to be some coloring done first. So you're going to have the, an embossing folder as well. You don't have to use the same one that I am. Just please know you probably have a ton of embossing folders and the card can be done without embossing as well. If there is any kind of designer series paper, which I am using the Life or the Full of Life designer series paper, I will be putting the scraps in for that as well. So you can use the punch to punch those out. This is some very, very bright and gorgeous paper. I will be showing you some tips and tricks with this paper as well during today's class. So just so you guys know how these kits come to you, so you are fully prepared on how to use these. So let's get down to it. Okay, let me move that aside. So for our first card, I'm going to be bringing this paper over. Again, this is the Full of Life Designer Series paper. Now we're going to be using this piece right here. Now this is the little 1/4 inch little squares on this. We also have two of the papers that have more of a 1/2 inch square on them. But I just love the array of color in this, and you're gonna see when I create this card. Also, one of these papers, I've cut this, but these papers have this where it looks like it's kind of this ray of sunshine coming out of it. Now let me show you, if I was going to have a card base, I could lay this right on my card base. I could then use the stamp and punch that I am using today. This is just for an alternative card. I'm not doing this card today, but I just want to give you another little tip on how to use this paper if you have this paper pack. So if you were to just cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, or if you wanted to use your full card and you did a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, then you could just use your little label. You would stamp it and punch it or die cut it, whatever ones you have. You could put that right on there with a little piece of ribbon. And how cute is that just as a standalone card? I like this because I think this looks a little bit masculine, and I have really struggle with finding masculine cards, but isn't that pretty just the way that is? And it didn't take any time. You guys saw what I just did. I pulled a piece of paper out. We would cut it to size, do a little bit of stamping, punch it out, and there you go, right? I think you could all do that. So this paper pack is pretty cool for that. Also, there are some really neat designs in there otherwise. Okay, so we're going to use this piece here. Let's get out our pieces that we need. Now, this is my little inside strip, so I'm going to set that aside. We need our card base. This is 11 by 4 1/4, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. Okay, that's my card base. My next layer is 4 by 5 1/4. Now this is thick basic white. This is regular basic white. And so this one is going to be our focal piece here. And then I have a little strip. Now this is 1 3/8 by 5. This is going to go right here, but we're going to do a couple of things with that before. And now we're going to need this. Now what I think I'm going to do is I am just going to cut this. Now I already have a scrap in here. This has got more of my greens. I want to kind of stick with more of the pinks and reds because of this. So I think I might kind of stay right around this area. But what I need to do is I need to take my punch and I can go like this around here. And watching those little squares make it really kind of easy to make this pretty symmetrical. But I think I'm gonna go, I like the colors in that. That really matches my paper there. So I'm gonna go with that one. I do have some purples down here. I think that might be pretty with some of the greens. Let's move that over just a skosh. That's kind of pretty in there too. Even the back is pretty. It was really hard for me to decide which sides I wanted to go with this. Do I want more pale? I think I might go over here. So I'm gonna go right like that. Okay. And that is all we need for those. We will move that punch aside and our trimmer. Now I have a little 1/2 inch piece of white. This does need to be cut down to my 4 inches. So let me cut that down really quick. So that is a 1/2 inch by 4. And then I have a scrap piece of white that we are going to stamp on. But let me show you what we're gonna do here. We're also going to stamp on this little piece here. So let me grab my, where is it? I know I have a clean one sitting up here. Well, we're going to just go ahead and remove this off of here. We're gonna put a new piece of scrap paper on this. Every time I print, and if I mess up on my, or if my printer messes up, I always have just a piece of, just kind of throw these underneath my desk, and then when, well, it helps if I turn it over and do it correctly. And then I just wrap this around my piercing mat, like so. I'm going to grab my tape. Grab kind of a long little strip there. Kind of pull that up around that. Oh geez, did you guys see what I just did? I'm having a tape fiasco here. Okay, we're gonna put that across there. We're gonna grab another piece here. Okay, then I have a nice little surface to stamp on since these are photopolymer. I don't always do this, but I do want to, since I'm going to be going off of my my little piece here. It would be easy to wipe this off, but just to keep everything kind of clean, especially since I'm going to be using like pinks and reds and that kind of stuff, it would be a hot mess. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Berry Burst, which is the same color as this, but when you do tone on tone, my ink is going to be just a hair darker than my paper, and you're gonna see it's almost gonna leave kind of a little watermark on my paper. So I'm just gonna randomly stamp this around. Just kind of back and forth. And then we'll do one more right there. That looks good. Okay, let's leave that out. Let's grab my scrap because we're also going to be using these as well, but we are going to grab now there is a 2-part to this little stamp. You've got the greenery and then the floral piece. Now the greenery has all these little open spaces. That's so your flowers will fit inside of that. So I'm going to grab my garden green, and I think I need to grab a bigger block. There we go, much better. Okay, let's grab garden green. So I'm gonna stamp my leaves first. And look, I'm not even using my thing. I went through all that trouble and then to not even bring it up here. Makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to use my flowers. And these will line up right in those open spaces. Hopefully you guys don't see my big head coming in here, but maybe you will. Okay, there's my flowers. I'm going to now close this up because since it's red, pink, whatever, I will stick my fingers in it and it's gonna make a mess because that's how I roll. I'm gonna set that aside, let that dry. I'm going to bring in my little strip here and I'm going to use the Just For You sentiment with my garden green. Yep, that's Cheryl. I am totally right there with you, girl. That is just how it just happens to work for me. Always stick my fingers in it. Oops, let's flip this over. I already touched it. It's gonna go right there. And that doesn't look good. So we're gonna actually flip this around because this little spot's gonna be covered up, so. Nope, we're gonna cut a new one because no, that won't be covered up. So hold on a second. I just got a boo-boo on there. So let me move this. Let me cut a new piece. So I need to do a 1/2 inch. By 4. And see, we even have extra in case I screw this one up too. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, Just For You. There we go, much better. You kind of go, hold your breath. That's how I do it. Okay, so we're going to bring back in our card base and our little strip here. And then we have all these little fun little pieces that we just did. Now, I think this one is a little bit more brighter and we're gonna go like that. So we're gonna put the bright one in the center. This little piece I'm just gonna sit to the side and then I'm going to place these, just setting them on here until I can see my placement. I bring those down, watching this space and this space, trying to have those be the same. And I think that looks pretty good. Yep, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue those down. Oh, I was gonna show you guys the other sides as well, but so see, if you guys wanted to turn it over and do the rainbow side, obviously I would make sure that I did my pattern correctly, but just so you can see that this paper is very versatile when it comes to a card like this. I think my son is out there watching our show without me. We have started binge watching. Do you guys remember the old show Dexter? Him and I, because he was pretty young when that show came out, if it even came out before he was even born. Me and my husband used to watch it faithfully every week. Every time a new episode came out, we would watch it. And now that my son is an adult, you know, he has gotten into watching it. So we kind of have started watching it all over again and started talking about it. Well, then I think Showtime actually came out with a new season of it just recently. Like, I think it was in 2021. And I had already watched that. And so he goes, nope. He goes, I can't watch that yet until I watch the original. So he is now trying to watch all that. Okay, so that is what that is going to look like. Very simple. You could really do this with any of our different dies that we have. Look, we even have, this is the modern oval. You could probably fit 3 of those on there as well. It's just kind of a fun little layout using these different shapes. So what I'm going to do with this, now that this is dry, I'm just going to come in here and I am just going to fussy cut this the best that I can. And you guys know that I'm not a fan of, it's not that I'm not a fan, I'm just not that good at it. So I promise nothing when it comes to fussy cutting. Now these scissors that you see me using, these are from scrapbook.com. They are excellent. I know there's a couple of you guys that already have these and love them. If you like to fussy cut, or even if you don't like to fussy cut, but you want to make things easier when you do need to cut out some of those images that don't have dies with them, these scissors really are a game changer. Now I can use the snips from Stampin' Up, they work, but this, I just feel like these have a little bit more control when I'm doing this. Okay, there is our little image. So what we're going to do with that is I'm going to go ahead and adhere this straight to my card. Yes, Linda, absolutely, right? They're kind of, I mean, once you get them, it's kind of like, whoa, where have these scissors been all my life? Anything that can help like ease some of that, you know, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fussy cut now, I just want it to come out right. Those really do it. And see, and they have a little closure thing right here. It just closes those up. And then there's a little safety thing that goes right on the top of there. That's also, I know you guys have asked me where I get my magic mat from when I'm doing my die cutting. Now, the way this works is you would use your plate 1, your plate 2, and then your magic mat, because normally you would use 2 of these, but it replaces your bottom cutting mat, your clear mat, and that goes on there. Now this is a rehealing mat, so those little cut marks kind of reheal themselves. Now I've had this for a couple of years now. I just rotate it, flipping it around. It still cuts just like the day that we got it. But these are not magnetic, but they work wonderfully because it does cut into those things. It helps because there are lines. Again, mine has been very used, but the lines can help you if you need to make something straight on a piece when you're cutting. So those are, again, those are at scrapbook.com as well, just so you guys know where I get some of my other stuff from. Okay, now this little piece, we're gonna turn this over. I just brought out a brand new package of dimensionals because look at this. Look how ridiculous this is. I have these 2 things going on because you guys know how I love to use the ends of my dimensionals, because why not? Why waste? So, hey, Sir Snore-a-Lot, Marty, hey, big guy, you're snoring. Oh my God, if you guys could only see him right now. He is flipped over on his back. He's got his legs just sprawled out. He just thinks he is the guy. Golly, this dog, I swear. Okay, we are gonna now take that, and I'm gonna put it right over the center of these two in that little white space. Just like that. And then this little flower is going to get stop flipping around here. This top of this flower is going to get just one of these little dimensionals up there. And then on the bottom, I'm going to put just a little bit of glue down here, because all we have to do is place it across this, and we're going to set it right like so, right in that little space. And that is good for that. Now, this piece here, we're going to put in the inside, but let me add a couple little embellishments to this. So these are the purple fine shimmer gems. Now these come in the 3 different colors. I'm not sure if that's Berry Burst, but I'm gonna say, okay, yeah, we're gonna call it Berry Burst. It matches pretty good with that, so okay, we'll go with it. And I'm going to take the big one and put it right here at the end. And then let's do another big one. Put it right there. And then a little one right there. There we go. And that is for those. Okay, so there's the outside of our card, but let's go ahead and add just a strip of this paper to the inside. I'm going to actually cut off this white piece there. I'm going to run this. I think I'm going to run this across the bottom down here. There we go. Then I'm going to flip this over, and then we can cut off our extra ends here. And let's see what we want to put on the inside. It says just for you. And so we've got the enjoy your day, happy birthday, thanks friend. I think we should do enjoy your day. Or let's do you are loved. Because it has the same flowers that are in this. So we're gonna do that. And this is the perfect size to fit in this punched thing. If you had one of those in like the white, this fits nicely inside of that. But we're just gonna put that in the inside using our Berry Burst. Let's see, what do I want to do? Do I want to do it in Berry Burst, or do I want to carry over the just for you? I mean, if I wanted to get technical, I could cover the you are loved and do those in green. Nope, I'm not going to do all that. That's going to be way too much. We're going to do it in Berry Burst. And I'll show you guys what I was talking about in just a second. Okay, there's our inside. Now, let me grab a scrap and show you what I was just saying, so you're not like, huh, what is this crazy woman talking about? That you could do this in 2 different colors. So I could grab my sticky note, which these are kind of my best friend, and go like this. Let me clean this stamp really quick. Okay, so say I wanted to cover that all the way up to there. You know, you kind of got to play with it. Okay, make sure both of your floral images are sticking out there. So I've got this floral part and this floral part. Now I'm going to do those in my berry burst. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this whole stamp. I'm going to dip that right in to that image. I'm going to pull this sticky note off and toss it because now it's full of ink. Just like that. Now look, my sticky note was very sticky, so I'm going to just take your pick tool and peel that off, that part that is just wanting to not release. Now I can take this and I could stamp it just like that. Okay, well, I didn't clean it very well, but you get what I'm saying. And then we would do just the opposite. When we go to do the inside. So I would cover up this little floral piece. And now I'm using the sticky part of my sticky note. Cover that as well. Make sure I'm not covering the bottom part of my sentiment. Okay, I'm going to do it in green now. Now taking it and putting that whole thing in there. Again, pulling off my sticky note. Moving my stamp pad. I'm going to now line up those two flowers that do not have ink on them. And that way I will get it centered in there. Hold that on there. And then there we go. That is where you can get two different colors on your stamp by just masking over, either using, we do sell masking tape, or you can use a little sticky note. Then I have my flowers in my pink and then the center in the green. Just how that works. Okay. Let me clean this off again. I'm gonna clean this one off as well. All right, so there is our completed card number 1. I need to fix that light. It seems like there's quite a bit of shadowing on this side, but you guys can see how pretty that turned out. Okay, card number 2. Now this one is more of a masculine card. This one I'm gonna actually bring in our combo ribbon. So this ribbon right here, it's the petal pink and the white ribbon pack. I'm gonna be using the white for this card. And what I have, let's put my inside piece over there, this is Old Olive. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We have it scored at 4 1/4. Okay, there's our card base. Set that aside. Now I am going to put a couple of these away because we now need our little presents here. So let's take the little open present and then, ugh, come off of there. That's gonna make too much noise. I'm going to use the one that has all these little speckles on it. It is these two right here. And then I'm also going to grab the one that has a little trio of packages. Okay, right like so. All right, and then what else do I need? I need the happy birthday. I'm not sure if happy birthday will fit on that one. Oh yeah, it will. Okay, we have the sentiment happy birthday, and then we need this, our big, I'm gonna lay it on a piece of paper so it grabs its shape back, because when I pull on it and it's got an open center, it's really easy to manipulate these to be like crooked on your thing. So if you just set it on a piece of paper, don't set it on your glass mat or anything that's non-porous, because it will be out of shape on that too. So on a piece of paper, it'll move itself around. Okay, I think that looks good. I think that's what we need. So then we'll move that out of the way, move these out of the way. We have a scrap piece of paper, and we have our base. This is going to be our layer that was going to go on here like so. And then this will be our next layer. So this is going to be our focal. We're going to create our own designer series paper using this. All right, so I need to have my Old Olive. I need to have my Balmy Blue, and I need to have Misty Moonlight. This is a piece of Misty Moonlight. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is a piece of basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 5. I do have a little smudge on there, but that is okay because we're going to cover these things up anyways. The other big white piece that I have here is 3 3 3/4 by 5. That's going to be for our inside, and we're going to do stamping on both of these pieces. So let's grab, let's move this out of the way along with the scissors. I'm going to move the ribbon out of the way because we don't need it yet. Let's grab our Old Olive and the little trio of packages. And again, I'm going to just do it on this glass. Let's open our Misty Moonlight, and let's take our package, and we're going to stamp that right there. Okay. And our Balmy Blue. So we're going to need our chamois, regardless whether you use the chamois for this or you use the chamois, your purple chamois. But we're going to need to clean this off a couple of times. Let's grab our little trio of packages again. Let's grab this blue one. Let's stamp that up there. Let's clean that. I'm going to grab the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to stamp that right there. Now we've got this little, it looks like confetti. I'm going to set that aside because we're going to use that, but we're going to use that in just a minute. Let's put this package right there. Just kind of trying to get these colors all around. I think I'm going to do that one right there. And then we can come up with some of the dark right like
that. And do another dark right down here. Okay, let's grab some of that green again. Put that one right there. And then we'll add one little small package there and right down here at the bottom. And I think we're gonna call that good. Let's maybe put one little small blip right up there. Okay, that's good. Okay, but we're going to take that little confetti and we're gonna go, so these are the balmy blue. So we're gonna go into our misty moonlight, and there are little white, like a little white cross in there. That's also this little white that's here. So when you stamp this, it's going to leave the little white areas plain. Okay, add some little confetti to that. All right, we're gonna set that aside and let that dry. I'm going to grab my little cleaner wipe here and clean off my ink. Give that a second to dry. I need my scrap. I'm going to stamp one package in blue, clean that off. I'm gonna stamp no, that was Misty Moonlight. I'm gonna stamp one in Balmy Blue. And then I'm gonna use Misty Moonlight again for my little confetti to go on my package. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my labeled image here and I'm gonna go in Misty Moonlight for that. And I'm gonna do that right towards the bottom portion of this. Okay. And then in my Happy Birthday, I'm gonna take Happy Birthday in my Old Olive. And I'm gonna stamp more towards the left-hand side of this label. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to put all my inks away because we have everything that we need. Besides stamping on the inside, and we can worry about that in just a minute. Let's get these out of the way. Let's grab our length of ribbon. So knowing that these two are going to be adhered together like so, I'm going to take just enough ribbon to wrap around the back side of both of those. I'm going to then grab my Old Olive Stampin' Blends, and I'm just going to take my ink just like so, and I'm going to make my ribbon match. It's one thing that's nice about white ribbon. You have got the freedom to make it whatever color you want. And you can go as dark or as light as you want to with that. Okay, give that a couple of just shakes, let that dry really quick. While that is drying, I'm gonna actually come over here and clean my stamps really fast. Hello, Melanie. Yes, it is a hot one down here. Whoo, 120 in Yuma. Yikes. Oh, man. Yeah, that's hot. We're not that bad here in Tucson, but it feels pretty darn warm here. I think we got up to 110 today. When I walked by before I came in here, it said 19 on our little weather device out there. So yeah, stay in, stay cool, and stay hydrated. All right, Linda, you have a wonderful night. You can always watch the replay. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to take a drink really quick. I've got my sweet tea over here. All right, let's go ahead and adhere this. to our Misty Moonlight, like so. Then I'm going to place my ribbon. Now I'm going to cut a little bit of this because I kind of got a little overzealous. Doesn't need to be quite that long. Okay, now what we could do, flip this over. We're going to take our Stampin' Seal, kind of find out where I want this. I want this kind of more towards the bottom. So I'm going to go right there with this, adhere that down, and we'll do the same thing over here. Just like that. Make sure that's somewhat straight. Okay. Then we can grab our base here. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, if I can get this out of the way, and go right over that. And then this is going to go right on our Old Olive card base. Okay, we need to grab our punch, and we are going to punch out this fun little label that fits perfectly in that little punch set there. And there you go. You have a perfect little label for your card. Now we're going to take our snips again. I'm just going to cut these in half so I don't screw anything up. And I'm just going to go around the outside edge of this. And then we can kind of cut around this little bow. Kind of funny. I'm like, oh my God, if you guys could only see my face when I am fussy cutting. I probably have resting bee face. I could totally like feel myself being like that. I'm like kind of being all grumpy. Well, you know, when you get so focused on something and you're like trying not to mess it up because you've got people watching you, you're like, okay, don't screw up, don't screw up. I mean, we're all human, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to have to do it a million times, so try to get it right the first time. Okay, there is that. Let's get all these mess out of here. Okay, now what we're going to do on this card is I'm going to take my two little packages just like that and adhere those on the corner of my label after I get rid of my glue booger. Okay, that's going to sit just like that. This one is going to get adhered right up over here. And then it's going to get set right like that. So they're kind of little stacked packages. And we can decide where we want to put these. I think I kind of like it over here. There's too many packages over there. So we can go like that. You can absolutely center it if you like the look of that better. Oops, I put those on wrong. Hold on. Now, let me show you something, okay? On this ribbon here, we're going to place this right over top, but we're going to pop it up. So what I need to do is I need to actually cut the side strips of this, or you can cut your dimensionals in half, however you want to do it. I like doing like 2s or 3s. Sometimes I go through and do it a couple. So I'm going to take the set of 3 and I'm just going to run it down the outside, bottom and top of this. So then my ribbon will set nicely and not shift this and make it wonky and off, you know, kilter, because this will now set right over that ribbon and not cause problems. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there. And there is our super cute little masculine birthday card. Now we can come in with, we've got these little green ones. Now this is called the transparent adhesive dots. I'm not sure if these are these out yet? I think we might be out of stock on these. Let me see what else I have here. A million and one. I had another green one. Ooh, you know what might go? These are kind of fun. They're pecan pie. Those are the ones that come with that new, oh geez. They're the ones that come with that new bundle that I was just telling you about, that sweet collection from the online exclusives. Where? I know there's more green in here. Ooh, there they are. I see them. They're peeking out right there. These are called the adhesive back speckled dots. I think these green ones are going to go really pretty on there. You could do blue. Look, I have blue right here. I just saw it. Of course, now I won't be able to find it. But that's Night of Navy. That might go on there as well if you wanted to use that. Those are the Opal Rounds assortments if you wanted to do blue. But I'm just going to go ahead and do these. And look, I can cover up my smooge right there. So we're just going to put that one right there. Let's put this one right here. And let's do one more little one right there. There we go. And those have just a little bit of shimmer to them that they don't take away that masculine look to that card. So I know that's kind of hard to see those on there, but they're there and they're kind of shimmery and they're kind of neat. So what I wanted to do, and I don't know why I didn't cut it out first. I want to take another piece of my Misty Moonlight. And we need to cut a 4x5 1/4. Okay, that's going to go on the inside of there. We're going to put that. Let's do some stamping on this. So I think I'm going to do my packages. We're going to do the Misty Moonlight right there. Then we will do our Balmy Blue. And I just stuck my finger in that. Let's put it kind of like that. Okay. Let's grab our little confettis. And put it in this package like so. And then we can do, what was our sentiment? What did we put on the front there? We put happy birthday. So let's see. Ugh, I've got stamps sitting everywhere. we have got Enjoy Today. Yeah, that's fun. Let's do that. Enjoy Today because it's their birthday. We want them to enjoy their day. But we're going to do that. I think I want to do, oops. I'm going to do that in Old Olive. And if we want to, we could stamp this right up here to kind of just give this a different kind of feel to the inside of our card. So it doesn't just look like the traditional stamped image right in the center. You can always mix things up and give it a whole different kind of feel to it. So it really gives you that homemade card aesthetics. Okay, we're going to now place this on that. And then that is going to go in the inside of our card. Yes, Old Olive is a really pretty color. I really go back and forth between it and Mossy Meadow. I really like the richness and especially depending on what you're using. The Mossy Meadow, they're really the same tone, just one is a wee bit darker. But I love these two colors because I like using Mossy Meadow with my Rich Razzleberry or your Berry Bursts, or even like with this, the Mossy Meadow would work with this. But I just wanted, because since Misty Moonlight is that darker blue, I thought the lighter green might work kind of pretty with that. But either one would work, yeah. But I agree. I like both those colors as well. Now, the one color that I just cannot get into is Lemon Lime Twist. This color, I don't know what it is. It's not because it's not like bright and vibrant, but I just can't get into it. Now, when I look at it like with something like that, those two colors are so pretty together. And then if you were to add something like maybe Petunia Pop, those are gorgeous together. But why do I not think to use those colors? Those three colors would be great on a card like this. If you want to do, more of like maybe a little boy card, those colors would be awesome. So it's just, one of those things where you have to kind of, but when I look at this color, it's just one that always gets skipped over in my color collection. Okay, so there is card number 2. Fun little, this could be a masculine little boy's card or whatnot, but just kind of fun to use those little birthday packages in this card, make your own designer paper, and call it great. Yeah, right? The bright colors are more for a little kid. Okay, so now our last card, number 3. Speaking of that color, we're going to be using, this is Coastal Cabana, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Within my plethora of mess, I know I have a bone folder sitting somewhere here. Oh, right there. Okay, that is my base. Then I have my pieces here. We have the front. This is going to get some embossing done on it. I have a little piece. This is 2 by 3.25 of Highland Heather. And then I've got a scrap piece, a couple of little scrap pieces of white here that we're going to be doing some stamping with those. But let me show you what we're going to do with this piece here. This is where I'm actually bringing in my Eyelet 3D embossing folder. Again, you can use any embossing folder that you have for this. We're going to do a fun little technique here. I'm going to kind of clean up a little bit. Ish. All right, so I'm going to use, this is our brayer, and I'm going to bring in the same color, the Coastal Cabana, as our card base. But what I'm going to do is move my paper. I'm going to bring my embossing folder in. Now, there are two sides when you open up your embossing folder. The one with the logo is going to have the impression facing inwards. It's going to get pressed in. Now on the back side, they pop up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my brayer and I'm going to go over the back side, the popped up side. So let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana and my brayer, and I'm just going to simply run my brayer through my ink pad, just like so. And then I'm going to take it and just do it on the back side, the popped up side. So it's only going to put ink on the images that are pressed up. Just add ink, kind of flip that around a little bit so you know that it's getting on all those raised areas. Okay. I'm going to take my piece of white, I'm going to lay that on there, but when I lay it, I'm not going to move it now. It's now in place. I'm going to push that, and when I pick it up, I'm going to be very careful to not move it again. So now I'm going to take this over to my embossing machine, my Stampin' and Cut and Emboss. I'm going to use plate number 1. I'm going to then lay my embossing folder down. Knowing that this is a 3D plate, I need to bring in my specialty number 4 plate and lay that on top of my folder and then run that sandwich through there. So when I'm done, I will lift my plate 4 off. That is my specialty plate. Then I have my embossing folder, and then I can put this back over by my machine. Now when I open this, there's the raised side. But then when I pull this out, look what I have. I have got my little embossed image on the flip side. Isn't that pretty? And then you can take this to your sink and you can just rinse this off. And then let it air dry. Same with your brayer. Take that under your sink, let it air dry. Because if you try to dry that off with a towel or whatever, you're going to get little fuzzies underneath it. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take it and I'm going to kind of angle it just a little bit off-centered on this piece here. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. It just seems like this holds it in place a little bit better. So typically when you place your embossed image down, you normally want that raised coming towards the front of the card. We're flipping that. We're putting the back of the card towards the, or the back of that layer, emboss layer, towards the card base. Okay, so there's our image. That is how we're going to do that. And look, I didn't turn that like I said I was going to. And I don't think I'm going to get that off of there. Oh, maybe I will. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think I got lucky. I think I didn't press that down good enough. All right, so we're going to turn this just a bit. It's not very much. Now I can give that a good push down. Okay, that piece is going to now get set aside. We're going to use our scraps. So let me clean off some of these and get these out of the way and get the images that I need. So for this one, I'm going to be using the butterfly and the sentiment "Enjoy Today," along with that labeled image. And what else do I need? I think we're going to use happy birthday, but I'm not sure. But let's put some of the other ones aside and get them out of the way. Okay. So now I'm going to use my Memento black ink because we're going to use some Stampin' blends for this. So I'm going to take I'm going to set my little piece of Highland Heather over with my card base so I don't lose that. I'm going to stamp my butterfly twice. Using Memento. Now this card's going to remind you of more, I think it's great for a little girl's birthday. Or you could even use this as a sympathy card. It's a really pretty card. Wait till you guys see this. Okay, so that's what we need. We're going to use the labeled image along with our Coastal Cabana. But this time, we're going to turn our image this way. We're going to stamp that. We're going to stamp our Enjoy Today. But we're going to stamp that towards the top, leaving more of the bottom space open. Okay, just like that. I stuck my finger in it, but it's okay. We're going to cover it with these butterflies. So that little smooge will be okay. I'm going to set that aside. Let's go ahead and color our butterflies here. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use both my Highland Heather light and dark Stampin' blends. Make sure that's the right color. And I'm going to use Pool Party. We do not have Coastal Cabana in our Stampin' blends, but Pool Party is always one that would go with these colors. So I'm going to grab my lightest Pool Party, the light one, and I'm just going to kind of come in here right at the center of my butterfly and just add that light color to it. Only staying in the little center parts of the butterfly. Then I'm going to grab the dark and then I'm going to bring that down, just lightly mashing it into that light color. Just like so. And then I'm going to do it the opposite way. I'm going to go dark because since I've got that blue in there, I'm going to do the dark on the outer edges of the butterfly wings. And then I'll take the light inside of that. I should have done this one while I was at it, but I forgot that I had another one down here. Okay, let me do the blues on this one. I'm going to start with the light, with the dark on this bottom one. I think it just works a little bit better if I do the dark and then blend the light in with it. So on the outer of those little three, I'm doing the dark, and then I'm going to take the light and now blend that dark in with it. Yeah, that works so much better. Going into the center of that butterfly. Okay. Now grabbing my light Highland Heather, I'm going to blend in that right down to the center there. lazy dog. He must be dreaming about food. He's like licking his lips like crazy. Okay, just kind of bring that in a little bit more. I will bring some more dark in there. I love these two colors together. Okay, let me grab a little bit of that dark, kind of just bring those two colors a little bit closer together. Hey, Marty, quit licking, bud. That noise is annoying. Nobody wants to hear you licking your biscuits. Well, he has no biscuits, but you know what I'm saying. He lost his biscuits at a very, well, not very young age. We wait till they're at least, 6 months old, but. Okay, there are my butterflies. Aren't those pretty? Oh, I just love the color. All right, we're going to grab our skizzers. I love the shape of these images. They do make fussy cutting. And, and I've really kind of noticed that Stampin' Up! Has kind of went that route on images, stamped images that they don't make dies or a punch with. It seems like they've kind of made them a little bit easier, so us who do want to fussy cut those images out, it's a little bit simpler. All right, hold on, buddy. I'll let you out in just a minute. I think you needed to go get a drink. I'll let you out in just a minute. Hold on. I know. Hold on. Okay, let me go let him out in the living room really quick. All right. You want to go out there? All right. There you go. Go get a drink. That or he needs to have Dad let him go potty. Maybe that's what he needs to do. So my husband heard back from the barn people. They should be coming out this week to replace some of the wood on the barn that got ruined from the flooding in the barn. So then I can start moving my stuff out there. I'm just so thankful that I didn't start. Thank God we went on vacation, because I would have started moving stuff out there, and then when we had that rain during that week, my stuff would have got ruined and I would not have been happy. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise that it happened while we were gone. Okay, so let's get this stuff going. I'm going to take this little image here and we are going to punch this out. There's that. I'll set this back over here. So what we need to do with this is we are going to put that up on dimensionals. Did I have any left in that little pack? Ooh, I have a couple. I'm just going to put that there. Okay, let's take this, and this is gonna go right, kind of having the top space be a little bit bigger because we are going to wrap some ribbon around that. So watching this and this side, we're gonna make sure that's put in the center. I'm going to be bringing this ribbon back out here to show you. We're gonna use that again. I'm going to take my little butterflies and I'm just going to kind of flip those wings up just a hair. So I'm just taking my thumb and kind of pushing the center of that body in. Now I did want to show you guys that I ordered some of the, you guys know how I use this all the time and I love it. Well, I reached out and had Kelly send me some. So I think I purchased either 4 or 5 of these. If you guys would like to order one of these from me, I will send them to you. She sent me a package of them here. These are $10. That includes your shipping. So what you do is, mine's a little bit different. The design is different now. The one that you're going to be getting is a little bit bigger, but I love the new design. This one has this little popsicle stick holder right there where you take yours out and you put them in there. The new design does not come that way. It has little holes in the side where you're going to pull out your nails. Your nails are a lot longer now, and they are going to fit in your little holes. Isn't that cool? And then you can move these however you want them. So I have just a few of these. If you guys would like to order one from me, let me know. Again, they are $10. That includes your shipping. So, and that I will only ship those within the USA, just to let you guys know. Otherwise, I would have to charge you shipping because it costs too much to ship outside of the US, and I'm just not even going down that road. So those will only be shipped within the US. Okay, let's get to finishing this card, but I wanted to show you those that I have some in stock. I will probably be ordering more because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to want them because I know that you guys have asked a lot about them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little butterfly. I'm going to put a little dab of glue where I kind of bent those wings up. I'm going to put the first one right down here at the bottom. That's where I'm going to cover up my little smooge that I had there. This is going to now get adhered right in the center of our card. Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. And again, I'm going to turn it on kind of the same tilt that I put the other piece at. Okay, let that sit there. I'm going to take my other butterfly, again, put some glue down the center of that. We're going to put this one right down here. With those wings flipped up also. Okay, we're going to take this ribbon, and this is where your little bow jig or bow maker, whatever you want to call it, comes in really handy. We're going to take it, we're going to wrap it right around like so. Flap that end under, and all you're going to do is tie a knot. I am very bow challenged, so these, when I saw that one of our team members' husbands were making these, I was all over it. I was like, yes, please. So that's where these little bow makers kind of came in to play for us. He was making them and we all wanted them. Okay, I'm gonna cut that off there. And for $10, you guys, these are really made sturdy. So please know that you're getting a really good deal on those. And they're made of wood, so. Okay, Here is my cute little bow. And I just like to kind of finagle it and get it where I want it. Okay, I'm going to grab one of my mini glue dots. And I'm going to put that right on the back of my bow. And then I'm going to put the bow right at the top of my little Highland Heather piece there, kind of fluff that out. Now what we could do is our Wink of Stella, if you have any Wink of Stella left. I know we have been out of stock of them. Word is they're supposed to be coming back into stock soon, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. I'm just going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on these outer wings here just to give it a little pop. I should have probably done it before I adhered it down, but thank God we have wings that can be moved. And of course, the wings will be flattened when you put them in a envelope, but you can tell your recipient to just flap the little wings out to give it some dimension. Or this can be a hand deliverable card if you wish. There is that. Now, coming back in with those little purple, the purple fine shimmer gems, we are going to add, the bottom one is the Highland Heather. We're going to add just a few of those for a little bit more bling on there. So I'm going to grab a big one here, put it right down there. Grab another big one, put it right up there. And then a little one right up over here. This one I think needs to be moved this way a little bit. There we go. Now let's see, what are we gonna do in the inside of this card? Did I even grab an inside to this card? I don't think I did, so let me cut this piece really quick. Four by 5¼ for the inside of our card. And I am going to just put one of those little butterflies right there in the bottom corner. I mean, if you want to, you can actually, let's do it like this. Let's go like that. Now, if you wanted to, you could come in here and recolor those. But I am going to say enjoy, oh, no, I'm going to say happy birthday. But again, I'm going to bring it kind of right down here towards the bottom. And I think I'm going to do that in the Coastal Cabana, since we have our ink on the front in that color. Just put this right here. Let's go ahead and color some of these. No, I'm not going to go super crazy like we did on our inside. I mean the outside, but we're going to make this pretty too. Because of course, what's pretty on the outside, we want in the inside. Okay, I'm gonna go like that. We're gonna come in with our light Highland Heather. Okay, let's do it down here on this guy. Isn't this a beautiful card? Fun and easy, and it doesn't take a lot to do these. Okay, almost finished. We're just gonna do the light in the center here, and then we will put this inside of our card. And voila. Okay. Let's adhere this. Let me wipe this off. I've got my little butterfly wings that we had flapping off the side of that. We don't want that getting all over the back of our card here. And there we go. How pretty is that? Oh, I just love the colors. Oh, I think it looks kind of delicate and dainty. And then there's the inside. So there is our last card of the night. I hope you guys enjoyed these cards. I know I had a blast making them. I love the beauty but simplicity of them along with this set. It's really fun to kind of just create and use that label in different ways along with the fun little stamps that you get in this set. So also know that there is a solid, if you don't want to color your wings, there is a solid stamp that you could then, so it's a two-part stamp. You could do the outside and then you could do the inside in a solid color, or use your Stampin' Write markers, color this, and then stamp off on that. So you could do that as well. So just know that you don't have to color them in. There is a stamp to do that for you. Same with the packages, same with your two stamping little floral image here. So they've really kind of taken the guesswork out of that kind of stuff for you. You've got the to and from, happy birthday, just for you. Thanks, friend. Enjoy today, and you are loved. So a super fun little great stamp set that has so much to offer in it, along with either the punch or the dies to make your little label. And so I hope you guys, if you don't have this set, you consider getting it. It is a really fun set. Use it for just with your designer series paper. Make yourself a cute little card that way. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Watch over on Pink Barn Stampers group for the mystery stamping supply list coming this Wednesday. And you guys take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys back on Monday the 15th. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Do you guys have any questions for me about this set or about what I've done tonight? I always forget to ask you guys that. And I think I need to stop, slow down, and ask if there's any questions before I let you guys all go for the night. Because I know when you try to text something later on, I might have missed something and you need to ask now. Have they fixed the problem with the leaking? Oh, in the barn? Not yet. That is what they have let us know, that they will be coming out to repair whatever's wrong with it. So like I asked my husband, I said, I go, well, they obviously are going to have to come out and look at it first. They can't bring stuff to repair it if they don't know what's wrong with it. If that's what you're talking about the barn. So this week they're supposed to let us know that they're coming out. And we also, this week, we have my daughter's deck and her wheelchair ramp going in out those. You guys have seen the pictures that I've posted of the French doors that we had put in. So they are coming this week to, the guy already came last week on, I think it was Tuesday, and he surfaced, or he kind of, what's it called? Flattened the ground out and made it all level. There you go, leveled the ground out. He was out here on Tuesday doing that. But then with 4th of July and everything happening, he said that he would be calling the concrete company today, Monday, and he will be back definitely tomorrow. And he will probably, hopefully, he's hoping that the concrete people will be out on Wednesday. And then once the concrete people come out and they set that, then the guys that create the deck will be out here, who build the deck will be out here later in the week. So yeah, she will have her own little deck to be able to get outside. And oh my God, will that be a relief on our backs? So you guys will see pictures to come of that as well. Yes, it was on about the barn. Okay, yeah. So hopefully that gets fixed within this week, maybe into next week, because if they have to bring other stuff out to fix it, I don't know. It just seems like it's taking forever, but it'll be done and it'll be great once it happens. So, all right, you guys, have a great night. Thanks for coming in. Bye-bye.